Bring it up, it's over. Bring it up, it'll be over.
Okay. Can you calm down?
Let's just take a break. Let's take a break.
Therefore, the Islamic dilemma, which is on the table, has not been established.
My friend, if the Bible scholars are right, the Quran is a lie.
Psalms 91 says he will be raised up. What do the Muslims believe? That he was saved by being taken up.
Forgive me for assuming that you, a Muslim, knew the Quran. Forgive me.
That's the point. The Bible has a bunch of contradictions.
And if you want to convince people to become Muslims, you'll be one of the best apologists for Christianity. You're going to drive them to Christ. You're talking to the OG. Don't tell the OG how to establish the Islamic dilemma, right? Can you just give me one prophecy?
Okay, let me explain. I'll explain something. You brought it up. I didn't.
Let's go talk.
Are we going to debate
Let's
the
go talk
topic?
outside real quick.
Are we going to have the debate?
Yes.
Stop this appeal to sympathy. You addressed it online. Let people judge whether I was wrong or not. Get to the topic.
I will get to the topic.
Okay, so don't bring it up because I'm not going to apologize because you don't know the context of my statement.
Today we're going to be discussing the Islamic dilemma. Okay. Would you like to start, Sam?
Sure. I mean, however he wants. He can lead it if he wants.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, my assertion is that the Quran depends on the Bible, not the other way around. You can't make sense of much of the Quran without the Bible. I mean, that's the assertion. So if you want to go into examples, we can. It's up to you.
Okay. So the Islamic dilemma, I will define it as like a promise, if you will. And what is the promise? The promise is that there are Christian preachers that say, listen, the Christian audience that are trying to, evangelize and preach to their Muslim friends, they can grab a copy of the Qur'an and they can point to certain verses that are going to demonstrate that today's Bible is fully authentic. That seems like they're promising this. They're saying, look, you can do this. This is what the Islamic dilemma is all about. Okay? Now, I want to differentiate that from the commentary dilemma. And the commentary dilemma, I will concede. It's a term I came up with.
What do you mean by commentary dilemma?
Perfect. The commentary dilemma, which is just, I'm making this up, so just bear with me, is just the idea of saying when we go into the commentaries of various Islamic scholars for the past 1,400 years, you will find that some scholars will say it seems that the Bible is preserved and authentic. And there is the vast majority that will say, no, there has been corruption. And we could go back and forth and say, well, some scholars say this and some scholars say that, and that could be turned into a commentary dilemma. But I just want to remind the audience that this is a promise of the Islamic dilemma. It's about the Qur'an. And so I'm imagining a Christian audience at home waiting and saying, show me the verse. So I can go to the mosque and say, this is the verse that proves that the Bible's authentic, and that's exactly what I'd like to address.
It's fine. So I'm going to show you that the Quran does confirm the Bible by what I just said. That the Quran depends on the Bible. Without the Bible, you can't make sense out of the Quran. So are you ready for some examples?
Go ahead.
In Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, 27-32. Can you read that for me?
Chapter 5.
Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, 27-32. Read that for me. You can read
and recite to them the story of the two sons of Adam,
Yes.
Adam's two sons in truth, when they both offered a sacrifice to Allah, and it was accepted from one of them, but was not accepted from the other. Said the latter, I will surely kill you. Said the former, indeed, Allah only accepts the righteous, in other words, those who fear Him. Keep going.
Keep going, 32.
If you should raise, so we're going to take our time. We're going to have a nice long.
Yeah,
exactly.
We're going to take our time. Sure.
Yeah, I'm not
Great,
rushing
clean
you.
conversation.
Sure. If it's long, I mean, okay.
Yeah, that's
If
fine.
you should raise your hand against me to kill me, I shall not raise my hand against you to kill you. Indeed, I fear Allah, Lord of the worlds. Indeed, I want you to obtain thereby my sin and your sin. So you will be among the companions of the fire, and that is the recompense of the wrongdoers. And his soul permitted him to him the murder of his brother. So he killed him and became among the losers. Then Allah sent a crow searching in the ground to show him how to hide the disgrace of his brother. And he said, woe to me, I have failed to be like this crow and hide the body of my brother. And he became of the regretful. Because of that, we decreed upon the children of Israel that whoever kills a soul, unless for a soul or for corruption done in the land, it is as he has slain mankind entirely, and whoever saves one, it is as he has saved mankind entirely. And our messengers had certainly come to them with clear proofs. Then, indeed, many of them, even after that, throughout the land, were transgressors.
Okay. Remember what my argument is. The Quran needs a Bible. Without the Bible, you can't make sense out of it. So from the Quran, who are the two sons? What are their names?
Okay, so I'm going to answer. The Qur'an doesn't mention their height, their name, their eye color, their hair color. It just says two sons of Adam.
Who killed who?
One killed the other.
Who are they?
They are the sons of Adam.
And who are they?
That's
You don't have an answer. Good. Now, Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:20-26. Read that for me.
We're going to keep doing this?
Yeah. That's what I said. The Quran
As long
depends
as
on
we
the
can go
Bible.
long, because this is going to, I guess if we just...
Read it, man.
Yeah, sure,
So you didn't have an answer, because without the Bible, you can't answer it. So you're confirming my case. So now go to Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:20 to 26.
Does the Bible mention their height or their weight?
What's that got to do with who killed
I agree.
who?
I agree.
No.
I agree.
Don't attack strawman. Now, you're a professor, so I'm
not
going to
a
ask you, Professor,
Yeah, sure.
don't attack strawman.
I wasn't a straw man.
No one cares about height or weight. We want to know their identity, because we want to know who's guilty of what are their names.
Actually, their
So
names
that
aren't necessarily, to teach the lesson, you don't need a name. That's not true.
Yes, you do, if you're appealing to the people at that time, because it says the children
That's
of Israel.
circular.
Where do you find that command given to the children of Israel? Surah 5:32.
Oh, here we go. Now we're going
No, you're in
somewhere
the
else?
same passage, because you're saying it doesn't, yes, because it assumes prior knowledge. That prior knowledge is the Bible. So your Quran depends on the Bible, so it makes my case. Because when I ask you in Surah 5:32, where is that command found that was given to the children of Israel?
It's by God mentioning in the Qur'an what he has done in history.
To the children of Israel, read
Yeah.
the verse.
Yeah, because of that, we decreed upon the children of Israel. God can tell us
Where is that? Where's that found?
God is telling us in the Qur'an, this is what he has done.
But it's the children of Israel, right?
Yes, he has said that.
So where in their source do you find that?
Okay, I'm going to answer.
Go ahead.
God doesn't need to say, when I created Adam, for example, by the way, let me give you the reference where I talked about creating Adam to different prophets. He doesn't have to do that.
That's
He can
not my argument.
I'm just giving an example. He can simply say, God can declare to his prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the past I gave commands to the Israelites. That's what he's saying. This is what I commanded them.
And how do you confirm that he did?
I'm saying that, do you understand the Islamic dilemma?
You want to teach me it?
I know. I think you're the
No,
OG.
don't attack Strawman. Don't attack Strawman.
You're the captain.
don't-
You're the captain of the ship.
Don't attack strawman. You're making my case without realizing it, because this assumes prior knowledge of the previous scriptures, so that the audience will know the detail by going to the Bible.
Or if they don't, or if they,
So then how can they confirm that?
It's not saying you have to confirm anything.
No,
It's
if
simply
I'm a Jew or I'm a Christian and I read that, where am I going to go to confirm whether the Quran got it right?
you have just inserted so many ideas that are
Can
not.
we read
may I
Surah
please?
Al-Ma'idah 5:20 to 26?
Can you just take one second?
Yeah, but you made my point, but go ahead. You made my case.
What I'm saying is that nowhere in here does it say anything about the necessity to appeal to a certain group and then therefore getting reference.
You're attacking strawman again.
May I just finish?
No,
the
just,
sentence?
but I'm just trying. We have to interact. You're attacking
I know,
strawman.
but I'd like to
Can you
finish
steel man my position?
I would like to finish my sentence.
Go ahead.
This is about the Islamic dilemma.
Yeah.
So that means there are Christian students of yours that really like you and appreciate how much hard work you've done. With your I actually appreciate your smiling. You have a very nice smile.
There
No,
we go.
really.
There we
No,
go.
I want to
Okay.
make
Go
this
ahead.
more
I want you,
positive.
because I don't want you to accuse me of cutting you off. But go ahead.
Thank you. No, I'm trying to make this. I really do want to make this a positive conversation.
I agree with you. Go ahead.
And all I'm trying to say is that if God declares to his prophet, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or any other prophet, and says, "This is what I've done in the past," there's no need. You're inserting this idea that, well, that implies that he must have a reference, and if he doesn't have the reference, then there's a problem. And I'm just simply saying, or you could just take a plain reading of the text, and God is saying, "This is what I've done in the past." That's
You
it.
want to repeat my point again?
You can repeat it. If you
Okay,
like.
because you just confirmed my point again.
Sure.
Okay, let me repeat it again. Hopefully we can stay on topic. You can steel man me. I'm not saying that the Quran has to tell you where it's at. What I'm saying is the Quran already assumes this information is known and you have access to it. Hence, the Quran presupposes the Bible.
Good. Can I respond?
Well, I didn't. I'm giving like 2-second responses.
I-
Okay. Now, can you steal my response? Steal my response. What?
No,
what's
no.
mine?
I actually plan on asking a question.
Yes.
Why does it have to? Oh man, I wish you didn't. Can you just say that last
Yeah.
portion again? Can you repeat that?
When the Quran mentions these stories,
Yes.
without going into detail,
Yeah.
it's because the Quran already assumes prior knowledge of this information that people had access to. So the question is, where do they find that information? In the Bible.
Great. Now let's say God is speaking to. You're right. There's a Christian audience, a Jewish audience, but there's also a pagan audience.
Sure.
They don't need any references. They can just see that God is revealing and telling his messenger.
No, they would too. They would need. Okay,
let me say. There's nothing wrong with God saying, "This is what I've declared in the past to the Israelites." If a completely ignorant pagan audience hears that, they don't need to insert everything you're just saying. All they have to do is say, "Okay, so God is declaring that this is what happened in the past." That's fair.
Okay, can I respond to that?
Of course, please.
For a pagan to know that Muhammad is not making it up about the tales of the Jews and Christians, who do they go to confirm whether Muhammad got it right?
Okay, that in here, There's no mention of confirmation. Would you like to go to some other verse?
That's not what I'm, no. Let me repeat my question again.
So, I can respond to it. I understand your question. You're saying that when God makes this declaration...
And the pagans hear it, right?
The pagans are
How
hearing
about the Jews and Christians, right?
At no point in this verse does he ever say, hey, pagans, make sure you
Can you steal my argument? Because you keep misrepresenting it. Repeat my argument. I want to hear if you get it, because you keep a...
Yeah, you're asking the question. I think you're asking... Maybe I'm not going to do a good job, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Maybe what you're saying is, I think what you're saying is that when they read this, and their goal is to look into history, right, then who are they going to go to, right? But
they want to know that Muhammad is not making it up.
Right.
Yeah, so who do they go to?
In here, in this particular verse, I'm just...
Generally, anytime the Quran, because I got dozens of examples.
So
anytime the Quran mentions the history of the Jews and Christians, how are they going to know Muhammad is right?
Great question.
Yes, well answered.
An individual can absolutely get up and say, let me go around the world and see what different people have said. You know, they could say, let's learn about Gilgamesh and how there was a flood story there. Anybody can do that. The Qur'an is not prompting any of this. Here. Now, show me where the Qur'an is prompting that, and I'll deal with it.
We're going to keep spinning in circles. So if I'm a pagan, you're Muhammad, and you say to me, this is what the sons of Adam did. Well, how do I know you're not making it up? Yahudi, come here. Is he making it up? No, here's my Bible. Oh, the Quran doesn't need to tell them to go to the Bible. The Quran is assuming the audience will have access to prior knowledge of these events to see what this is talking about. That's why you don't get detailed explanations.
Okay.
Now, can I go to the second example?
Because
we keep spinning wheels here.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Now, if Moses receives revelation and talks about the sons of Adam, and apparently now they have to say, hey, go to some historical source that can confirm this. Who?
You want me to answer the question?
Please.
Unlike the case of Muhammad, God appeared in a pillar of cloud in front of 600,000 people, not counting men and women, and the Egyptians saw it. So when God is on a mountain, you hear his voice, you don't need to go to prior sources.
Perfect.
God is the witness.
God is the witness.
Can get
Thank
it.
you.
No,
Thank you. That's it.
We don't. Because you beg the question, you assume that God is speaking to Muhammad. I'm telling you, he didn't. Stop assuming what you've yet to prove.
I understand.
Now, can we go to the second example?
Perfect. I just wanted to make it clear
Yes.
that, yes, you said it is based on the authority of God. And I agree with that. It's based on the authority of God.
And how does God then authenticate someone?
Well, let's find the verse that you want.
Can we go down to the second example?
Please.
Read for me. So I got a lot. So we're going to say, you're going to be confirming my point. Your Quran needs my Bible over and over again. But same chapter, Surah Al-Ma'idah, read 20 to 26.
Hey, really quick, if you want to support this channel and you like watching these videos, take 1 second and go subscribe to this channel. It's actually surprising. A lot of people think that they're subscribed to this channel already because they watch our videos, but they're actually not, or somehow they get unsubscribed. So please go right now and subscribe to this channel. And I'll promise you that helps us get bigger and bigger guests, and it motivates the team and I to continue to make these videos better and better and better. We're reaching a big milestone at 100,000 subscribers, and we need your help. Also, if you want to be in these videos, whether you're Muslim or a Christian or whatever faith, go to the description of this video and you could fill out a form, and we are casting for big videos that we have coming up with 10 Muslims and 10 Christians. So if you want to be in these videos, go to the link in this video, fill it out. Also, subscribe, and thank you for everyone that supports this channel. Now let's get back to the show.
When Moses said to his people, "O my people, remember the favor of Allah upon you when he appointed among you prophets and made you possessors and gave you that which he had not given anyone among the worlds. O my people, enter the Holy Land which Allah has assigned to you, and do not turn back from fighting in Allah's cause and thus become losers." They said, "O Moses, indeed within it is a people of tyrannical strength, and indeed we will never enter it until they leave it, but if they leave it, then we will enter." Said to men from those who feared to disobey, upon whom Allah had bestowed favor, enter upon them through the gate, for when you have entered it, you will be predominant, and upon Allah rely, if you should be believers. They said, "O Moses, indeed we will not enter it ever, as long as they are within it. So go, you and your Lord, and fight. Indeed, we are remaining right here." Moses said, "My Lord, indeed I do not possess except myself and my brother." Very beautiful verse. So part us from the defiantly disobedient people. Allah said, "Then indeed it is forbidden to them for 40 years in which they will wander through the land. so do not grieve over the defiantly disobedient people.
So they're going to enter what land?
Did it define it here? I think it's Ard Mubarak is mentioned somewhere else, the blessed land, yeah.
Where does the Quran mention Jerusalem or Israel?
I don't think the word Jerusalem is in the Quran.
That says that the land was
Bani Israel, the children of Israel is mentioned.
That's different. That's because Jacob was called Israel.
Yeah, I'm not making the claim that the land of Israel.
If I wanted to know what land Allah gave as an inheritance to Israel, where do I go to?
The Quran is not giving those details.
So where do I go to?
Allah, okay, can I answer you?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
So when Allah says, enter into a certain land, we are not told the parameters, the location, the longitudinal, latitudinal. These details are not given in the Quran. That being said, neither is it necessary. You're making the assumption. And saying,
You're assuming it's not necessary.
One second.
No, we can interact, brother. I'm letting you preach.
But I'm mid-sentence.
Go ahead.
If you can show me where the Quran is saying, and you better get this information, therefore, okay, can we get it from the Quran? No. Can we get it from the Prophet? No. Can we get it from the children of Israel? Now you have an
Surah
argument.
Al-Isra, chapter 17, 101, answers your dilemma. Read it for me.
Oh my goodness. Are we going to get to the Islam? I want to make something clear.
This is part of the Islamic dilemma.
Okay.
You're in a dilemma. You need my Bible to make sense out of your Quran.
You are assuming.
Surah Al-Isra, 101.
You don't want to finish, do you? You are making the assumption.
I'm going to let you make speeches and I make only 5-second comments. Can you go to Surah Al-Isra?
Yeah, Surah what?
So now it's going to tell you that what you said, that I don't need to go to the children's, or no, the Quran, Surah Al-Isra, chapter 17, 101.
Thank you.
Read that for me. Who do you ask when you need clarification for things said in the Quran?
Okay, sorry. And we had certainly given Moses 9 evident signs. So ask the children of Israel about when he came to them, and Pharaoh said to him, "Indeed, I think, O Moses, that you are affected by magic."
Who do you ask when you want clarification about things related to Israel?
In this, now we're nailed it.
Only that
Thank
verse,
you.
huh?
No, well, I'd like to address this. Yeah. So this is fantastic. Now we have finally gotten to a part that actually says, "Fas'al Bani Israel." Ask the children of Israel.
Sure.
So great. Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with us
asking. So now when I want to
Israel.
know what land God gave to the Israelites, who do I ask?
It doesn't say ask them about that.
Oh, so you mean it's only limited to the 9 signs?
I'm sticking to the Quran. There's nothing wrong with God saying, go ahead and ask the children of Israel about the miracles that they were given. That's fine.
Okay. So, okay. But I thank you for confirming the Quranic dilemma without you realizing, but thank you. Hopefully you'll come back to the truth of Jesus Christ. Now, what's your question?
My question is there something wrong with the Quran saying, ask them about the signs of Moses? What's the problem?
No, it actually confirms the Quran depends on the Bible. That's the entire thesis of our discussion. So I'm glad the Quran does that. That means you're stuck with my Bible, but I'm not stuck with your Quran.
There's nothing wrong. Okay, so let's use this rationale.
Yeah.
God often says, ask the pagans this, ask them this. Yeah. And even says, if you ask them this, they will answer that. I'm sure the audience can pull up lots of verses.
Sure.
If you then want to say, the Quran is now dependent upon pagan beliefs and so on and so forth, it's just
actually
it's teaching you to interact with people and ask them questions and learn things about people.
Not in that context. If you're telling me the Quran says, ask the pagans about this event, then yes, the Quran is now dependent on that particular tradition to confirm what the Quran says is not a lie. So no, it actually confirms the opposite point that you're making.
No, there's nothing wrong with asking a pagan something and then seeing where their answer goes and simply just having that interaction.
So if the pagan says that story didn't happen, it's a lie, then what?
Well, I don't want to go. I don't know about this hypothetical situation you're getting into.
So I want you to ask me a verse because you said he had verses.
I would like you to. Okay, so I know you are very confident that you just established the Islamic dilemma, but I'm going to pretend that the audience is on my side just for a second, sure. Okay? And you haven't brought a verse that actually shows that, like, I'm imagining again this young Christian man who really respects you. He wants to walk into a mosque or talk to his Muslim friend and say, "This is the verse that shows that today's Bible is authentic." Okay. Now, if he brings 17...
Is that what you want me to bring?
Just one second. Yeah. If he brings 17:101 and says, see, here's proof and evidence that Muslims, you are encouraged to dialogue with the Israelites, Jews and Christians. To ask them questions, to ask them about the signs.
Okay.
Then for you to then extrapolate and say, and that is the evidence, that is a 100% proof that the entirety of the Bible is authentic, then that's clearly, they're not going to...
Let me ask you a question so you understand my argument, because I don't think I'm clear enough for you to get it. If you're told to ask the children of Israel about the 9 signs, but then their scripture's corrupted, how can you trust them to tell you what the signs are when their source is defective?
Fantastic. Good. I would love to answer that. So the good thing is that we do not make the claim that everything in their book is 100% inauthentic. We don't make that statement in Islam.
Yeah, I know you
In
don't.
Islam, what we say is that it was revealed, like a scripture was revealed to Moses, to Jesus, and that they have passed it on. Even though there are verses that clearly demonstrate that tahrif or corruption has
We
been
can
done.
get into that. I know what you're talking about.
Fantastic.
279, 379. We'll get there.
Perfect. So despite the fact that there has been tahrif done, we are not claiming that everything they have with them is completely corrupted. So there's nothing wrong with us going up to these people and saying, isn't it the case that this has happened to you?
no.
And if we look at the broader context, it's reminding them of the blessings that God has given, and they know this.
Okay, so now, how do you know those parts of their scripture isn't corrupt? What do you use?
The Qur'an.
Exactly, circular reasoning. Good job. So, well, let me explain.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. I do depend upon the Qur'an. I do
No,
believe
in a
God's word,
circular
yes.
fashion, because when the Quran needs to be bailed out, go ask them.
Bailed out.
But when it then contradicts the Quran, oh, that's when your scripture's corrupt. Now, let me give you a verse about the Torah.
That's what an authority
Let's start
does.
with the Torah.
That's
First of all, who's the Torah given to?
Allah Ta'ala, the Prophet ﷺ told us the Torah was given to Musa alayhi salam.
Can you give me the verse where it says the Torah is given to Moses?
I told you the Prophet ﷺ said. I can tell you the verse.
Oh, but wait.
Yeah, sure.
We start here. Well, no, wait. Because if you're going to go to Hadith, we're going to have a field day. You began by saying you're going to stay with the Quran alone. Do you remember that?
For the Islamic Dilemma, yes.
Okay, so stay with the Quran, because if we go to the Hadith, you're going to make my case stronger. Can you show me in the Quran where it says the Torah is given to Moses?
Okay, that's not the Islamic Dilemma.
You said I'm the granddaddy of the Islamic Dilemma, right? You don't tell the dude what it is.
Yeah,
So can you answer the question?
So I will answer the question.
Can you show me where it is?
The Qur'an refers to Musa alayhi salam receiving a kitab, a book, right?
Yes.
And then when you ask the question, well, which kitab is this? In Sahih Bukhari, authentic hadith, we have Musa alayhi salam being told, Moses being, just one second, Moses
No, I'm
being
listening.
told, وَاصْطَفَاكَ لِنَفْسِهِ وَأَنزَلَ عَلَيْكَ التَّوْرَاةِ, that the Torah was sent upon you. So, now, again,
You ready for the response?
I'm not sure how you are establishing the Islamic dilemma.
You ready for the response?
Please go for it.
Ibn Kathir, in his exegesis, quoting Bukhari, 7:157, citing a passage that's not the Torah, but it resembles Isaiah, and he says that in the understanding the Salaf, the Torah was used for all the scriptures of the people of the book, not just the books of Moses. That's why I say don't go to the Hadith, you're going to make my case. So do you agree? According to the Salaf, the word Torah was not limited to the books of Moses, but all the scriptures?
Yeah, so I can answer you.
No, but do you agree?
I'm answering you.
Okay, good. No.
Thank you. So we know that the word Torah could be translated as law or instructions, right? So it could be a reference to specifically what was given to Moses. And you're right that amongst the Salaf,
may have to bring it
there
up.
is a quote that is talking about how this law could be used, or this term Torah could be a reference to the law in general. So it could be specific.
Not law general. It says the scriptures.
The Jewish law, excuse me.
No, not Jewish law, scriptures. Because I'm
Jewish-
going to bring it up if you don't want to bring it up.
You can bring up whatever you like.
Okay, so
My
do you
point is
agree?
that this doesn't establish the Islamic dilemma in any way
You
whatsoever.
can keep saying that. That's fine. I'm not here to convince you, but do you agree that when you go outside of the Quran, the Torah now refers to the scriptures in the possession of Jews and Christians, or do I need to bring out the references?
May I answer?
Can you answer?
Yes.
I'm waiting.
Hey, quick break from the show. I want to give a big shout out to Logos. So Logos is actually my favorite Bible study app. You could actually use it to look back words all the way back to the original Greek. You could ask it questions so you could get deeper with your study and your faith. And I created a bundle with Logos. So whether you're Protestant, Orthodox, or Catholic, we made different studies. So not only can you learn the Bible, but you can learn more about church history. So in the description of this video, you could go check out the bundle and sign up for free for 60 days so you could just see how great this app is. So go to the links in the description of this video, check out my bundles, and check out how you could get Logos for free for the next 60 days. Now let's get back to the show.
So we know that the Torah can be a reference to what was revealed to Moses. That's usually how it's used. But since it also means law and instruction, it's often colloquially used in the sense to mean what? That this is the Jewish law more broadly. And yes, you have a quote from the Salaf that's mentioned Ibn Kathir that affirms this
only him,
idea.
yes.
And that's fine.
No, but do you agree? You still didn't say scriptures. You kept saying law. Do you agree with the Salaf? The word Torah refers to the scriptures of the Jews and Christians. You still didn't answer that. You said
I'm gonna
Jewish
try to
law in
answer you.
general.
I'm going to try to answer
Okay,
you.
well, this is the third attempt.
Okay. As the Prophet ﷺ defined, the Torah is exactly what was sent to Moses. But since that term can be used more broadly, that's not a big deal.
Okay, so you agree.
That it can be used more broadly.
Okay,
Your quote, I'm not against it.
So you just confirmed 2 points of mine. Number one, you can't, well, yeah, I mean, you can laugh.
Go ahead. I didn't interrupt. I don't want to interrupt.
No, sir. Number one, you
Yes.
can answer from the Quran, even though you began by saying you're going to stick with the Quran. That's okay. I want you to go to Hadith because you're going to make my case. I would love for you to go to Hadith and your scholars. Al-Masihu Akbar. But let's come back here.
Astaghfirullah.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll go there.
A'udhu billah.
Yeah,
Go
yes,
ahead.
sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, so.
Allahu Akbar. Yes, go ahead.
Well, yeah, well, we have a different concept of God. We can talk about that. Okay, now coming back to the issue.
Yeah.
You didn't stick with the Quran. Beautiful.
For the definition of Torah, sure.
Yeah, and then, when you go outside the Quran, now the Torah is not just the books given to Moses; it's all the scriptures.
The word, if you want to use the word linguistically.
Okay. Well, no,
Okay.
no,
Now, can I just make a comment?
let me bring up the Kathir because I have to prove it to him.
I'm gonna grant you everything you're saying, and I don't have a problem with it.
All right.
Right. Actually, you know what? Can I make one quick tangent point?
For sure.
This is going to be a funny, hopefully.
All right.
This is not a trick question. It's a very straightforward
Go ahead,
question.
ask me. Yeah.
Quick tangent. You believe that obviously you have a biological father, correct? And obviously,
Hopefully I do.
And obviously you believe in
Hope
when
the
you say,
aliens didn't inseminate my mother. I don't know.
Thank God. So you have a biological father, right? You also have a what's it called? A heavenly Father. When you say "Our Father who art in heaven," you believe that, of course. Right?
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
And you also, I believe you're Catholic, so I believe you call your priests a father, correct?
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So you do acknowledge that even the term father can be used in a literal biological sense, or in a divine sense, or in a figurative sort of like religious leader sense. Yeah. If you were there when God Logic was here, you would have saved us an hour. Thank you. You remember that?
I don't remember what you're talking about, to be honest.
In any sense, he just kept saying it over an hour.
You want me to address that point?
No. Well, I'm
No,
glad.
I can address it for him.
All I'm trying to say is thank you for acknowledging that a term like father can be used in multiple senses. And so I'm simply saying that when you want to use the word Torah, yes.
So you agree?
I've already said this. I've said this.
No, you didn't
5 minutes
actually.
ago.
I had to force it out of you because you're saying Jewish law.
Sure,
I'm being honest.
You're forcing me, right?
Okay,
So
yeah. All right,
Torah is what Moses received, but if you want to use it linguistically, it could be a reference, as you said, the Salaf, they use it more broadly.
Can you read what it says in Ibn Kathir?
Okay, I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to make a comment. Please let me make my comment
I've been
afterwards.
letting you make comments, man. I'm just enjoying
It was common in the speech of our Salaf that they, I know this quote, I've seen it.
No, read it so they can hear it.
I'm sorry.
Slowly.
It was common in the speech of our Salaf that they described the books of the people of the two scriptures of the Torah as some hadith concur, yes.
Okay, so it's not just the books of Moses.
It was common, yes. It was
Yes.
common usage
And
because
it's quoting the hadith of Bukhari, by the way, where it's referring to Isaiah 42. But go ahead.
because the word Torah means law/instruction, then this range of meaning can be used. But we do know that obviously, please. Just
Buddy, I haven't been cutting you off.
Thank you.
I love
But
you, man. You big.
obviously the Torah was revealed to Moses, as I gave you the reference for. Now, before
And you can't get that from the Quran, right?
you just told me I can make my point now. I said I'd read it.
get it.
Yes, you said I can read your quote and I can make my point.
Go ahead.
Thank you very
That's
much.
a dialogue, bro. We have to dialogue.
I know, but
not a monologue. If I want a monologue, I'll hear one of your lectures when you give a khutbah. But go ahead.
So just to be clear, let me just put a conclusion on this, if that's okay with you.
Go ahead.
In conclusion, I'm sorry, if a Christian goes up to a Muslim and says, here's the knockdown evidence that everything in the Torah, or in the Bible more specifically, is 100% accurate, I don't think this is going to help them.
Okay, you made a lot of assertions, and you gave not a scintilla proof. Let me deal with your false analogy. Which Catholic says that the 66 books that the Protestants hold in common with the Catholics, they're corrupt and unreliable?
The ones that say that it's missing.
That's not corruption. Missing is not corruption. Let me repeat my question again.
It's still, let me clarify. Missing, if is guidance important? Are books of the Bible important?
Sure.
Of course they are, right? So if you take chunks out of it, that's going to be deficient.
Okay. So now let me turn your analogy against you. So you just established, not the Torah is corrupted, the Torah is incomplete, but what is there is not corrupted. Because if your analogy works, I want you to hear yourself. If your analogy works, whatever the Torah they had, uncorrupt, pure, but it was simply incomplete. But it was complete enough to guide them. So what was that Torah that they have at that time?
So you made the assertion that it's enough to guide them? No, look, let's read
That's
the word.
what the Quran says.
Let me just say. Let me say what it says. Ahda. You know what the word ahda means? You know, ism tafdil. You know what that is? Superlative. It is more guiding. More guiding.
More guiding than what?
Than the paganism.
Okay, so what was the Torah that was more guiding than the paganism?
The book that you guys have. Oh, excuse me.
So it existed at that time?
So I'm explaining. The Torah that was revealed to Moses, pristine. Throughout history, tahrif, corruption.
Yeah.
The Qur'an comes to make conscious edits, which are very clear. Now, God is simply telling pagans that, look, these books are more guidance than what you have, and you're asserting this means it's 100% accurate. Now, I'm happy that you have that assertion. I'm saying that the audience, the Christian audience, when they're like, should I write down 28, 48
You keep
to 49?
repeating that as a mantra.
Yeah,
can we cut
yes.
to the chase, get to the point?
This is not
So do
enough.
you acknowledge, buddy, it's not enough for you, that's fine. That's between you and your Lord on the day of judgment. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
Rob.
not talking to you, I'm just asking you. So people hear it because you speak too fast. So you admit, no, I want to hear it, that at least you're conceding that the Torah they had at the time is what I have today. I'm not saying it's uncorrupt. We're going to get there step by step.
I'm saying.
So what do they have?
I'm saying that what is being confirmed is better guidance than what the pagans
That's
have.
not my question.
Yeah.
Do I need to repeat it a fourth time?
No, you just made an assertion
What
about
did
me.
they have at that time that was the Torah? Is it what I have today? I'm not saying it's uncorrupt.
Great question. And I would love to jump into a time machine and go back there and be able
You
to
want me
look.
to show you? Go to Surah Al-Ma'idah. I'll tell you what they had. Your Quran's going to tell you. It's going to answer for you. Go to Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 45. Read it for me.
45. Perfect.
It's going to tell you what it had.
So I'm still waiting for the Islamic Dilemma.
Oh, you're
Let's
going to
go.
get it. It's going to be shish
Let's
kebab
go.
and barbecue time. Surah Al-Ma'idah, 5:45.
friendly.
We're laughing. Come on. Stop it.
I get a shish kebab. Yeah,
I
we
love
got
shish
it. Let's
kebab.
see.
You see, I'm fat.
بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان. Let's see.
Surah
I'm not going to read the
Al-Ma'idah.
Arabic. Okay, وَكَتَبْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ. And we ordained for them therein a life for a life, an eye for an eye, a nose for a nose, an ear for an ear, a tooth for a tooth, and for wounds is legal retribution. For whoever gives up his right as charity, it is an expiation for him. And whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, then it is those who are wrongdoers.
So whatever the Torah was, it tells you that it contains this passage. That's in Exodus 22, 21, 22 to 25. So I don't need to go to time machine. The Quran brought the time machine to me.
Perfect.
So we know what it is. Okay, now read 46. Oh, no, I'm not done yet. I'll let you preach. Can you read 46?
You let me read the passage.
Okay, but no, prior to that. If you look at the time, you speak more than me, which I don't mind.
I'm trying to. You said I speak
but
too
read
fast.
46.
I got to go slower for
Read
your sake,
46
for everybody's
for me.
sake.
Read
Okay.
46 for me.
So just to be clear,
Yes.
this is affirming that this is what was revealed to them, and you're saying, look, we can still find an exit.
Yes.
To which I say, fantastic. I'm glad that part was maintained.
But if you read 46, it's going to
Let's
make
keep
my
going.
case.
Right.
Yeah.
So we are moving away. Every time we go to one, we have to move to the next. I'm just waiting for the
I'm
actual
giving you
one.
the context. Now I want you to
Bismillah.
answer
No,
me.
you're doing great.
Yes, sir.
Let's go for it. Bismillah. Allah says what? Yes.
46.
46. And we sent, following in their footsteps, Jesus, the son of Mary, confirming that which came before him in the Torah.
Give the Arabic and translate for them what it says.
وقفينا على آثارهم بعيسى ابن مريم مصدقا لما بين يديه من التوراة.
Translate it literally for them.
Let's go. And we, and we sent, following in the footsteps, Jesus, in their footsteps, excuse me, Jesus, the son of Mary, confirming that which came before him
That's
in
not
the
the literal
Torah.
translation. Translate literally for me.
Okay, so now we're getting
No,
into it.
it's- yeah.
Thank you.
Translate
We're
just
getting
for
into
me.
it. The word bayna yaday. Is that what you're getting at?
No, I just want you to translate it because I didn't make my point yet. Please don't preach yet. Let's forget the verse. Translate it literally so don't think I'm mistranslating.
Bain means between.
Okay. And
Yadayhi
his hands, right?
means both. So the question is who's he? But let's say between the hands, because the thing is, who's the he in this case? That is a little bit ambiguous. But
Okay,
anyway,
that's fine.
yeah,
So
sure.
whatever Torah he had at that time, right? And what's the context of this discussion? Why is
I thought we
Jesus
just read
being
it.
mentioned? No, I want to, because the concept is in 43, but I want to know if you know the context.
Can I just address, because you're making a big deal about Bayna Yaday. It's important that
No,
people
that's
understand
not,
this.
that's not even it. I just want
Well,
people
you
to know
made me
what it is.
translate it, but now can I explain it?
Well, I mean, if you want me to get to the point, because if you keep explaining, we're not going to get to the point. But go ahead.
Thank you. This is an important caveat here. Bayna Yaday
Yeah.
technically means between the hands, let's say,
Yes.
right?
So that's literal. Good.
That's the literal translation.
Okay.
Now, this is beautiful that we're speaking in English, because in English there is also an ambiguity. This is an expression that means the word before, and the reason why I say that is
Exactly,
because
I
the
agree.
word before has a dual meaning.
Exactly.
I could
I
could
agree.
say
In front of
that
me.
this
Hyping you up.
I can say that this laptop is before me, as in
Exactly.
between my hands in front of me, but it can also mean Sam got to the studio before me, meaning prior to me,
Exactly.
right? Good stuff. So because this has the range of meaning, it absolutely does not, cannot be used to restrict it to one meaning. And therefore, if we affirm in this verse or any other verse that revelation was sent before, and you're saying, well, wait a second, is this before me, like in front of my hands, or before me, like prior to me? your Islamic dilemma won't work because you
You
can't
don't even
confirm
know
it.
what I'm going to argue from this. You're already assuming. I
So I
know
just
you
wanna make
think
that
you're
clear.
playing chess, but I'm going to be patient. Yeah, my brother in humanity.
I just want to make sure that everybody understands Bayna Day means before, and before has a dual meaning.
Yeah,
Can't be restricted to one.
Not in that Arabic text.
Can't be restricted to one.
Yeah, but not in that text. It's like I can give you Muhammad Assad, but we're not going to go to scholars. That's my scholar, trump your scholar. No, that's not what it means, but that's fine. That's not my argument. In the context, why is Jesus being mentioned at the time of Muhammad to the Jews? What's the context? You know the context, Surah Al-Ma'idah?
We just read it. But we're verse 45.
But can you repeat it? I
You
want
want
to
to read the verse again? Go ahead, just
explain
make
it
your
to
point.
me.
I read, you asked me to read
The
45,
context
46.
is
Yes.
a rebuke to the Jews. Don't come to Muhammad, go to the Torah. Why? Because this is the Torah that was used by the prophets, rabbis. It was used by Jesus, and he confirmed it. What Old Testament or Torah did Jesus confirm?
I'm sorry.
What Torah did Jesus
Where are you getting
confirm?
any of this from the text?
For verse 43, friend.
No. We're doing a lot of jumping. Where are you going to land? Can we land? Which verse? Which verse is a
Count me in. Do me a favor.
Which verse?
Stop the preaching. I'm not doing mean. Stop the
Why
preaching.
did we come to 45,
Because,
46 if we're going to go to 43?
Because I can follow the arguments. I'll help you follow along.
Please.
Because I use 45 to show you whatever Torah they had has a verse that we can now verify to see if that verse is in my Torah today.
I can see that, yeah.
Number one. So then I want to establish, because you're saying I haven't, I'm establishing it. So my question is, why is Jesus being mentioned in the context of the Torah, saying that this is the Torah he had before him? What's the context? Why is the Quran mentioning that?
To let us know that we sent, following in their footsteps, Jesus, son of Mary, confirming that which came before
Why?
him in the Torah. So that we know it, so that we learn this. If you
Learn
like to
for
make
what?
so that we learn about this is teaching us what happened in
No,
history.
the context is 43, which you haven't read.
Great, let's go to it. I'm happy to go wherever you like, but
Read
you're
43, 48. No, I know. You keep. I'm not repeating. Yeah, keep saying I'm not confirming it. That's okay. You can live in that world of yours, but let's read it. 43,
I'm very comfortable in my world, and
may God
I'm
save
waiting
you. In
for
Jesus'
the
name.
Islamic dilemma
Oh,
to
I've
land.
been giving it for the last hour, but it's okay. Keep
If
going.
you did, then we wouldn't. Okay, let's keep
43,
going.
40 stride, my friend.
Perfect. Now we're getting. This is fantastic. What about?
Wallah makan.
وَكَيْفَ يُحَكِّمُونَكَ. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And how is it that they come to you for judgment while they have the Torah,
Yeah.
in which is the judgment of Allah?
Yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Keep reading.
Okay. Then they turn away even after that, but those are not in fact the believers. Good.
Okay, so now that we read the context, it's telling the Jews go to the Torah, and then what does it present to them? Why they should go to the Torah?
You do realize that when you say it's talking about the context, everything we just quoted was after this. So usually when they say context, you're saying before this?
My apologies. I assumed that you knew the Islamic Dilemma because you've been studying me, right? You've been saying that, right? I'm the granddaddy, so I thought you
I
knew
think so.
this.
I said OG.
Forgive me. I thought you knew the context, but nonetheless, in this context,
Sure.
why is Jesus being mentioned? Then it mentions the prophets and rabbis. What point is the Quran trying to drive to the Jews?
Would you like the answer?
I've been waiting.
Okay, fantastic. So in this particular verse, Allah Ta'ala is saying, and how is it that they come to you for judgment while they have the Torah, in which is the judgment of Allah? This is, now you've landed on something that the Muslims do scratch their heads about. You're perfectly fine. Now let me offer you a very simple common sense analogy. Thank you.
I hope you answered the question. I swear
Sure.
I've been waiting.
Sure. I just want to make sure that it's clear to the audience. That this is a question, and so I'll give an analogy. Let's say if somebody says, I am undefeatable when it comes to one-on-one basketball, can't be beaten, right? I'm the best. And then you see him lose. So you walk up to that guy and you say the words, how is it that you just lost and you're undefeatable? Now listen to the wording carefully. How is it that you just lost and you're undefeatable? Somebody could take that sentence and say, see, you do agree, I am undefeatable. But it's like, no, man, I'm asking how do we reconcile two ideas, right? So this verse is simply asking the question, how do you reconcile these two ideas? How is it possible that you have this claim, we have the full Torah with us, we have God's
I
judgment.
didn't make that claim. I asked you, what's the context? Why are they appealing to the prophets and Jesus? You didn't answer the question. This is how it's been for the last hour. You don't answer questions, you go on tangents. So I'm going to ask the question a fifth time.
Sure.
Why is the Quran mentioning the prophets, the rabbis, and Jesus, appealing to the Torah for their decisions in the context of the Jews coming to Muhammad? I'm still waiting for that ansser. You keep going on here, and no, it doesn't.
Hold on.
What's the why?
Are you quoting this verse?
43 to 48. But I thought you knew the context. Okay, my brother in humanity. Don't stop at 43. Read 44 to 46. Good.
Okay,
Because I guess we got to read both
I just
verses.
want to make sure that the audience knows
Yeah.
that 43 does not confirm the Islamic dilemma because it's
It
a
actually
question.
pulverizes your objections against it, but if you just answer questions, we haven't even gotten there because we have to go on to this analogy here, analogy there, and
let's do
hey,
this.
look at the birdie over there.
Let's do this.
Look,
Because it is
okay.
getting like flated with time.
Yeah.
Can you ask your question
Yeah.
one more time, and then
Yeah, okay.
let's answer
So
the
yeah,
question
so we
with
can
no
get because I haven't
analogies
even
or
gotten
anything
to a
else.
scintilla of the verses that I want
Okay.
to. I got too many, but I'm trying to walk you through it because you said I'm the OG, so the OG is trying to walk you through it. Now,
Please.
in the context that Jesus was mentioned, and then prior to that, prophets were mentioned.
Yes.
Who judged by it? What is the Quran's point? What is it trying to get to the Jews by mentioning the prophets and Jesus appealing to the Torah?
The verses that we read earlier were emphasizing that they had revelation and that they judged by it, and Allah is informing us what happened in the past, and then telling us about Jesus, how he came and how he applied the law of God in the past. None of this, except this one.
You keep saying none of it, but why is he saying, well, no, hold on, you've been talking, but you got to answer. Why is he saying Jesus appealed to the Torah? What's the point he's trying to make to the Jews?
That
Not
Jesus,
to you, that's saying it doesn't confirm the Islamic dilemma.
that Jesus confirmed the Torah. That's
For what reason?
Because it's God's law.
And what is he trying to convince the Jews to do?
Where?
In 43 to 48.
43, exactly. Thank
So
you.
what is the
that's
point?
It, that's it.
And this is six times I asked the
no,
question.
no, but you ask like a bunch of questions that are sort of
They're all
unrelated.
interconnected. No, to you there may be.
But
They're disconnected.
I'm trying to get to your point.
So you're going to answer it?
Yes.
All right.
This verse is asking a question and highlighting the fact that they are making the claim that they have the full Torah, and yet they are going to the prophet as
You
well.
even added to the text. They didn't make no claim. They said, why do they come to you for judgment? You're even misrepresenting the context. They went to Muhammad for a legal issue.
Correct.
Now, if you want to go to your commentators, it's because someone committed adultery.
I know.
Okay. So it's not saying we have the full Torah. They're trying to ignore the Torah. It's your prophet saying, you better go to the Torah.
No.
Read
It's a
it
question.
43.
It's a question. It's a question asking, how is it the case?
Yeah. How is the case to what?
How is it the case
Yes.
that they're coming to
To you.
and they have
So
the
where
Torah
should they go
that
to?
has the
thank you.
judgment of God?
Thank you for
Now,
confirming my point.
Thank
So
you.
can you
Now-
answer the question?
Yes.
Okay, answer.
I did it, but I'll do it again.
No. The question of why appeal to the prophets and Jesus to the Jews at the time of Muhammad. What is it trying to get to? Now, if you don't know the answer, I'll give it to you, and then you can try your best to refute it, because I'm still waiting for the answer. Do you know the answer?
Are you good? Oh, just go ahead. Do
Okay.
your thing. Do your thing.
The reason why the prophets, rabbis, that Jesus mentioned, is to tell the Jews, if the Torah was good enough for them to judge by, it's good enough for you. So I'm going to ask you something. In that chain of transmission from Jesus to the prophets to the Jews, when did corruption take place?
Okay. Are you good?
You can answer though? We're not going to give us a 10-minute...
Let's cut the fluff of like, are you going to answer? Let's just like, and then you're
Yeah.
like, are you good? Are you good? Like,
Because he
let's
cuts
just.
me off a lot. I
cut
know why
him
you
off a
don't
lot,
see
huh?
him
No,
cutting me off.
cut him off a lot.
I just criticized him too. I said,
you,
hey,
thank you.
like,
I cut
are you
you
going to
off a lot.
answer?
Thank you.
Okay, do you know what? My question is repeated,
Yeah.
and I want you to go on another...
Right.
yeah.
Well, the thing is, your question has a whole bunch of assertions.
Just repeat what my question was before
You're
you
saying, so given the fact that it's saying that Jesus used the Torah and therefore it was good enough for him, look, you're just making a bunch of
Finish
assertions.
my question.
Therefore, why isn't it good enough for them? I'm explaining to you
That wasn't my question. So
Oh,
you're not
my
listening.
goodness
You weren't-
gracious.
I said, when did corruption take place from
a
the
different
time
question.
of prophet? Did you hear me ask that
That
question?
was his last
Go
question.
ahead. That was the last question. Yeah, last question. After a bunch of
because I'm-
assertions. After a bunch of assertions.
I love you because you're a son of Adam.
Allahu
Ya
Akbar.
son of Adam. Ya son of Adam.
okay, so-
Ya Bani Adam.
Can you tell me?
Okay.
Let's just. Let
I'm
me just,
following your
okay,
trail
Now I'm going
to
talk
make
now.
my case.
I'm going to talk
Okay,
for a
go
few
ahead,
seconds,
yeah,
okay? You quoted verse 45.
Yes.
Nobody can use that to prove
Yes, they can.
that. Please, man.
Yeah, I'm just
Nobody
saying,
can
it's-
use that to prove there. See, this is decisively concluding that today's Bible is confirmed. 46, it didn't help you. You went to 43, that was your best shot. The problem is, it's not an assertion, it's a question about a contradictory behavior. That's it.
Okay, so now
So,
can I
so
address
now
you?
there's nothing in this that's actually helping you. That's why you have to keep jumping and saying, but you're not answering me. And then you make assertions, but you're not answering this, but you make assertions.
Kid,
Like, just
how am I
find a verse.
jumping?
Which verse do you
How am I
want?
jumping when I'm teaching you the context you didn't know?
We read it. Everybody can read it.
but you didn't know it.
I'm so happy that people can follow
You
along
can't
every
even
time.
answer a question directly for you to make a point. And you
Every
saying I'm
time-
cutting you off.
Every time
Yeah.
you quote a verse, I'm hoping that people just read it and ask themselves, is this the instance that confirms today's
So you
Bible?
didn't answer my question. Why do you appeal to the masses? Appeal
Because
to most-
I'm not going to get through to
Let
you.
me repeat it again.
It's not
Let me
gonna
repeat it
happen.
again, my
Go ahead.
friend. See, and again, people can go see who's cutting off who, because you go on tangents. And I'm trying to run with you because I'm trying to lose weight, so you're a good runner. So we're coming to the issue. I had to educate you on what the context of Surah Al-Ma'idah was.
Thank you.
I assumed you knew it.
Oh, man.
Forgive me for assuming that you, a Muslim, knew the Quran. Forgive me.
I like the shots.
Okay, so yeah, it is. It's got to be a shot because you've been taking a lot of shots. But
Just
you
saying
know,
you're not
it's
getting
all
to
right, I'm not
the Islamic
upset.
dilemma. Go for
So
it.
now that we know the context, that's why I went here and here because I'm trying to keep you on track. The context of Surah 5, 43, 48 is to convince the Jews, judge by your Torah, don't go to Muhammad for this decision because your Torah has a guidance. And then it gives Jesus and the prophets an example that they too judge by the Torah. So my question in light of that is, from Jesus to the time of Muhammad, it shows they had the same Torah because it says he's confirming this Torah that you have. When did corruption take place from the time of Jesus and Muhammad?
If I could jump into a time machine and tell you every person that made a textual variant, then I could tell you exactly why God in the Qur'an has to make textual edits or conscious edits. I could tell you that. But I don't know. I can't go into a time machine and show you every time somebody made an edit or made a mistake. What I can tell you is you're absolutely correct that Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, he was given inspiration, revelation of the Torah, which means the law. And he knew Jewish law better than anybody.
Yeah.
And so he taught that at his time. That is being asserted in, it was either 45 or 46. Fine,
46,
I grant that. That's fantastic. Now, you made the comment that doesn't have anything to do with today's Bible. I'm sorry. You want to say that no. Therefore, today's Bible must be 100% authentic because you know that it's impossible that anybody made an edit or something like this.
No, I
you
didn't say that
you
either.
can make whatever assertions you'd like. Yeah. I'm simply saying that let's stick to Islamic dilemma is that the Qur'an, you have to find the verse that actually
You mean like
says,
the 12 verses I already found for you?
I'm happy that you feel that way. Yeah. But I'm saying realistically speaking, thus far, in my opinion, the one that you landed on that has the best shot is 543.
Can you do me a favor?
And 543 still doesn't land because it's a question and not a
But can you do me a
theological
favor?
assertion.
Can you do me a favor?
I'd love to do you favors.
I want to say it respectfully. No one cares whether you're convinced or not. I'm not doing this for you.
I know you're doing it for the audience, right?
So, but
and they're sitting there like this, like, okay, it
because
says that
you
Jesus
have
came.
omniscience. You know that. Oh yeah, see, they're not convinced. Keep that rhetoric
Sure.
for someone else. Politicians do that.
I think I'll
fear
say whatever I
God.
like.
Here, I'm going to say fear Allah.
Allah ya Rabbi, laka
then
alhamd
stop.
kama
رب
tardah.
المسيح ابن الله المسيح أكبر.
رب
Now let's
المسيح
go.
صحيح.
Yes. Okay, now come here.
yeah.
I'm glad you just committed shirk.
رب
الحمد
المسيح.
المسيح.
Do you know what إضافة means?
Rabbi Masih, my Lord Messiah.
That's shirk.
He just committed shirk.
No.
Al-Masih Akbar.
Said
Okay, now let's come back to it.
Rabbul Masih.
Now you want me to give you
The
another
Lord
verse?
of Jesus. I agree. Jesus
Can I
has
give
the
you
Lord.
another verse?
So,
How long we got for this? Because I'm going to have a field day.
We can keep going.
This is fantastic. Okay, so you can go to the next verse in 1 second.
Yes.
Any Christian that wants to take 545 or 46 and say, look, it says that Jesus had the Torah and that he knew
Christians
God's law.
use it because it pulverizes the objections. Glory to Jesus. All right, say I can appeal to motion 2. Can you go to Surah Al-Imran?
You're going to walk up to a Muslim and say, this is 100%
go to
textual
Surah Al-Imran?
evidence that today's Bible is authentic. And the Muslim will say, actually, it just says that Jesus was given the inspiration to know God's law perfectly at that time.
The law
and
that
that's
the Jews
beautiful.
have, right?
The Torah.
That they had, right?
The Torah. Yes,
Yes, so that they had, right? And he confirmed that, right?
That Jesus was given that revelation.
So that he was confirming what they had when he went to the Jews. I confirmed the Torah that's between
Well,
us.
actually, there's a particular verse that says that he confirmed what they had, but also did what's it called? Ihlal. Yuhillu lahum.
Yeah,
so that's a different
Surah
verse.
Al-Imran.
So
ayah
that means that
50.
he did the exact same thing that the Qur'an does.
Yeah, but abrogating previous commands doesn't mean it's corrupted. That doesn't make sense. And then you say your Quran is corrupted because the Quran abrogates itself. So we don't want to go there. Let's stay here, right?
Excellent. Well,
Right? If you're going to say abrogation means corruption, that means your Quran is corrupt because the Quran abrogates itself.
No. So
let's not go there.
When God says that he does ihlal or that he makes
Makes something,
permissible, I can agree with you that there's a range of meaning here.
Okay,
It could be
Yes.
that either there was a certain law and now it's being abrogated, or it could be that they had
And that's
corruption.
what it was talking
It could
about,
be that they
350.
had corruption.
That's not what 350 says, but nonetheless.
I'm simply saying there's a range of meaning. So if you want to take both,
What is the
I will
specific
grant
meaning?
it.
But I don't want to get there. Let's go to Surah Al-Imran, Ayah 81. Read for me.
381.
I'm going to make my case weaker in your sight. So, oh man, this is so weak. I'm going to keep giving verses. You're going to keep saying it's weak. Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 81.
And recall, O people of the scripture, when Allah took the covenant of the prophets, saying, whatever I have given you of scripture and wisdom, and then there comes to you a messenger confirming what is with you, you must believe in him and support him. You want to keep going? Yeah. And Allah said, have you acknowledged and taken upon that my commitment? Well, let's say, yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's the problem here? Yeah, God is speaking to his prophets. They said, we have acknowledged it. He said, then bear witness, and I am with you among the witnesses. Yeah, go ahead.
This covenant with the prophets, in order to know this messenger is the one Allah sent, he has to confirm what is with them, right?
The messengers confirm each other. That's what's being said.
No, that's not my question. I love you. I swear I love you for the sake of Jesus. Okay, but now...
Then don't roast. Just let's talk.
I am trying to talk. I'm trying to, because you're telling me I'm not doing this and that, so I'm trying to make it clear. And okay.
Yeah.
Here it says to the prophets.
Prophets, yes.
A messenger will come.
Yeah.
He's going to confirm what is with you.
Confirm what is with the prophets. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to get there.
Perfect.
When was that covenant fulfilled?
Oh, which of these prophets?
When was the covenant
Whichever
fulfilled?
prophet you like. Well, I
no,
grant
the messenger,
whatever you want.
who's the messenger?
I grant you whichever prophet you like, that all prophets
No, I want to know what
other.
you think, because I don't want my opinion, because I can go to the tafsirs.
I say, guys, read this verse and understand that God...
So you don't want to answer the question?
No, I'm being honest with you. I'm reading it as a plain text, and I'm simply saying that there was a covenant given to prophets. And the covenant is, you have to acknowledge all the prophets, that this and whatever revelation
one particular
that comes
messenger. No, it's one messenger. It's not messengers. When the messenger comes, who is that?
جاءكم رسول مصدق. Yeah, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah.
Say it again.
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I thought you were talking about an-nabiyyin, that's why.
No.
So when it says nabiyyin, I'm saying all prophets.
So
yeah.
The criterion, I want to repeat it slowly so you don't strawman me.
Bismillah.
Okay. Criterion is, this is how you're going to know he's that messenger. He's going to confirm what's with you, Jesus. Read it again.
Brother, what are you saying? Just guys, read the text. Just read it.
Read it slowly
and recall when Allah took a covenant with the prophets.
Yes, to do what?
To do what? Whatever I give you of the scriptures, let me make sure I got this right. Atainakum, whatever I give you, it's plural, so it's not just you. It's whatever I give y'all. Yes, whatever I give all of you prophets, right? Whenever I give you them, this scripture. Min kitabin wa hikmatin thumma ja'akum, then comes to you the messenger. And you're right, referring to the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that is confirming what was given to those prophets.
Exactly, that was what I just said. And you go and you laughed at me. Did I not just say that? No, well, I like the way you laugh. You laugh better than me. But did I not just say that's what it said? And you said, no, read it. And you just read and confirm what I said.
Okay. Well, I'd have to go back to the clip and see what I thought was odd. Okay. But you said something. You made an assertion.
Yes,
go ahead.
What I said, the messenger, you said, is Muhammad.
Yeah.
If he comes to Jesus, how's Jesus going to know it's him? He's going to confirm what he has, right? If
the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went back in time to the time of Jesus, yes, they would have the revelation. This is from one source. The revelation that's coming to Jesus is the same revelation coming to Muhammad. Yes,
I know that.
Perfect.
But, so do you agree, though? Just establish the principle, because I can't make the point if you're going. Do you establish the principle? No. You're doing good. I'm just saying you're good.
Okay, answer the question.
You're doing good. So you agree that the messenger, if he were to come in the lifetime of any of them, let's say Moses is walking around, he shows up, he goes, I'm that messenger. Well, how do I know that? I confirm what you have. Now, would Moses have corrupt scriptures?
Of course not. And
say it again. Wait, no, you said it too fast.
Would Moses have corrupt scriptures?
Yes.
Of course not. No.
Would Jesus?
No, of course not. No, there must be.
Okay, now the prophets passed away. But this passage still awaits a fulfillment, right?
That Allah Ta'ala is saying that he took a covenant with the prophets. That's true.
Because he's going to come.
That's still true.
Now, did he come?
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
Yeah, according to the verse. Okay, but what you see, I want you to see where I'm going with this.
Yes. Go ahead.
Because everyone heard you, I want this to be clear.
Yes.
If he was there with Moses, he would confirm what Moses had. And you said, yeah, and Moses would not have had corrupt scriptures, neither would Jesus. So my question is, did Allah fulfill that covenant?
Did Allah Ta'ala send a messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with true revelation that the prophets took a covenant of, and all of their scriptures agree, with the exception, of course, of Sharia can
we can change. That was Surah 548.
I don't have no problem. I'm glad.
I have no problem.
I'm glad. By the way, this is great. I appreciate that you're fair enough to say, like, I get your point that Sharia can change, but by and large, the same. Of course, they have the same message.
Okay, now, but when he came, there were no prophets.
Correct.
How were the community of the prophets know that he's that messenger?
They're already passed away.
I understand. But this is given not just for the prophets, right? For their followers, so that they'll know this is the messenger that the prophets made a covenant of?
Yes, this is.
How would they know?
Yeah.
How would they know that that's a messenger that our prophet said, we took a covenant that when he comes, we're going to help him. So if he shows up, follow him. How would they know? Their followers.
Because we believe, as mentioned in 7157, that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam remains in the scriptures that they have. But that doesn't, now let me be clear.
Yeah, well-
Let me make my point. Neither 7:157 affirm a 100%
Okay, we'll get there.
clear, what's it called, preservation of the Bible till today. So you're right that we do assert that within the scriptures, certain descriptions of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ have been maintained.
Can I answer now?
Please. Thank you for letting
You
me finish.
forgot what you said earlier. I want to repeat what you said.
Please.
You said that if he comes to the prophets, he's going to confirm what they have. And I said, what did they have?
Yeah.
Corrupt scriptures? You said no.
Yeah.
You changed the meaning and saying, well, now that they're gone,
Yeah.
he's going to come to their communities.
Yep.
And yet the criterion was for them to know that this is the messenger. He has to confirm what the prophets had, which you say
just
they
pivoted.
didn't have. Well, let me
You
make
just
my
pivoted.
point.
Between them or their communities.
But then
You just
how
made a
was this
switch.
fulfilled? Let me explain my argument because maybe it's...
Just don't pivot. This verse, let's stick to the verse. This isn't talking about their communities. This verse is talking about the prophets.
When was it fulfilled?
When the prophets agreed and took the
No,
covenant
but
with God that they will
when
practice
did he
what.
come?
Let me,
See, we're
I'm
going
answering your
back to
question.
that again.
I'm asserting you. I'm asserting what we're saying. When was this fulfilled? When God took a covenant with His messengers that
that's not the fulfillment.
Let me say.
Yeah.
Fulfill what is revealed to you and know what will come in the future of new prophets. None of that is a guarantee.
You misread the verse. Do you want to repeat it again?
You're the one that I just want to make it clear for the audience that you asserted the verse very perfectly when you said that it's the prophets making this assertion that the prophet will come, that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ will eventually come. That was perfect. And then you said, if you went back in time, would they be in
I
agreement?
said back,
100%.
I didn't say
But then you
verse
said,
different.
oh, and therefore, as time went forward, then therefore, every community is going to be able to assert 100% of everything. No, you just
Boss,
made
you're
all
jumping too much.
assumptions.
I want to repeat
Yeah,
what you
go ahead,
said.
go ahead.
I'm going by what you're saying, but I don't know if you're keeping up with what you're saying. I said, did the messenger come? You said yes. I go, when? The prophets weren't around.
Correct.
So let me repeat my question in light of that.
Bismillah.
Since he came to fulfill 381, right? Are we following the argument?
No, what do you say?
Did this
fulfill?
messenger ever come?
Let me. So
Or
you're-
this is superfluous? It didn't happen. Allah failed to send him?
Can I answer?
Well, I'm waiting. It's been 5 minutes.
381.
Yes.
It was fulfilled when God, as it says, took a covenant from His prophets. That's when it gets
See, I'm
fulfilled.
controlling myself. I'm listening to him. He thinks I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
The
going on?
fulfillment is when the messenger comes.
Yes.
See, this is why and he keeps going back to, it was fulfilled when he gave the covenant to the prophets. No, the fulfillment is when he comes.
It says, مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَكُمْ. What is ma'akum? Who are they?
okay, but
it is
that's
confirming
not
of
my
who
argument.
is with an-nabiyyin.
Help me, Lord, help me. I know that I prayed for patience and you're testing my patience. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Okay, let's come back.
Just read it. It's
I've
very
been reading
straightforward.
it. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
go
going to
ahead.
go by what you just said.
Yeah,
One
please.
more time. Okay. He never came in the lifetime of the prophets, right?
No.
Okay. But he was still sent as Allah promised, right?
Yes.
Good. So we got that part.
Yep.
How were the people of the prophets to know this is the one that Jesus said, I took a covenant with my Lord. We're going to go with this Muslim Jesus.
Perfect.
I took a covenant with my Lord. I'm waiting for this messenger.
Perfect.
And when he comes, he's going to confirm what I have. But he didn't come in Jesus' lifetime. But he would have told the apostles, or not
Yes.
apostles, their fathers, right?
Yes.
So how would they then know that's the one that Jesus told us about? What was the criteria given here?
I'll
Not
answer.
7157, but go to that verse.
Because you just told me don't go 7157.
No,
but
because that's
exactly
going to help my case. I want to make it easier for you to defeat
I'm
me.
helping you. That yes, 7150. You're saying it's helping your case. Let me help your case then.
No, I want you to defeat me.
No, I want to help your case. Let's go for it. I agree with you. 7157 says that despite the fact, I'm going to put this in brackets. Despite the fact that there have been unfortunate corruptions, 7157
Doesn't even say that, but that's okay.
I know. I just said in brackets. I'm trying giving you my perspective because you want my perspective here. So let's put this in brackets. Despite the fact that corruptions have taken place, now 7157 is saying at least they didn't corrupt the fact that the Prophet Muhammad is still described in your Bible.
Yeah. That's not 381. That's why I have to repeat it again.
So 381 is specifically saying that this was a covenant taken with prophets, and it is confirming what was with them. And
What did you say, though?
Was with
That
them.
means
Confirming
what
was
did
with
they
them.
have?
They had scripture. They had revelation
Corrupt?
from God. At their time, no, of course not.
Good. Now let's follow the logic.
Yes.
Because you went to Surah 7157, the prophecies.
That means
I went
as
here
the
specifically.
timeline went forward, at least they held on to the prediction about the prophet. Does that mean everything they held on to? No.
381.
Thank you. That's it.
381 doesn't say confirming the predictions that are with you.
No, it says confirming what is with You
And what do they have?
Nabiyeen,
Yeah, I
you
know,
prophets.
and I don't know if I'm making it clear. Maybe it's I'm just stupid, I'm slow, I can't make my point because I don't think you're getting it.
Yeah.
Because you're making my case, but you're not getting it. But it's okay. I'm going to go slow because I know I'm stupid, so I'll go a little slower. What did they have with them? You said uncorrupt scriptures, right?
You asked me many times. Yes.
But you're not following the logic, or I'm too slow in communicating it. So I'm going to ask you again, in light of that statement, when Jesus says to his community, look, I made a covenant with my Lord. A messenger is going to come.
Yes.
He's going to confirm what's with me. Now, what was with Jesus, corrupt or uncorrupt scriptures?
You're speaking when Jesus at his time
Yeah.
was definitely authentic. Perfect.